Jennifer Williams and Evelyn Lozada, from Ride or Die to Radio Silence. Jennifer Williams and Evelyn Lozada weren't just reality TV stars. They were a force duo that brought style, energy, and sisterhood to every scene. When they walked into a room, all eyes turned. They had the kind of chemistry that made Basketball Wives a must-watch. Sure, there was drama, but what kept fans invested was their friendship. It felt genuine, deep, and unshakable. But now, years later, that unbreakable bond is falling apart, and not in the loud, explosive way reality TV usually shows. This is a slow, quiet unraveling. And the reasons go far beyond shady tweets or tense side eyes. Let's rewind. Jennifer and Evelyn rose together during the chaos of early reality TV fame. When Basketball Wives Miami first aired, they were inseparable. They partied together, traveled together, had each other's backs. Evelyn brought the fire, outspoken, bold, sometimes reckless. Jennifer was calm, measured, always composed. They balanced each other perfectly. Fans didn't just watch them, they rooted for them. But even then, cracks were forming beneath the surface. See, fame doesn't just shine a light on your best moments. It exposes your insecurities, your weak spots, your ego. Being filmed constantly puts every emotion under a microscope. And even the strongest friendships can start to feel like a competition when the cameras don't stop rolling. Was Evelyn always the louder, more dominant one? Probably. Was Jennifer slowly building herself up after her divorce, gaining her own success, stepping into her own spotlight? Absolutely. And sometimes, when someone close to you starts shining in a new way, it doesn't always feel good even if you love them. Now fast forward to the current season. Jennifer has a new man in her life, Christian. And Evelyn? She's not on board. At all. She's questioning his character, calling him controlling, and warning everyone who will listen. But the way she's doing it feels less like concern and more like control. And here's where things get interesting, because we've seen this before. Years ago, Jennifer was the one raising red flags. Back then, it was about Evelyn's relationship with Chad Johnson. Jennifer expressed concern. She didn't trust him. She thought Evelyn deserved better. But Evelyn wasn't trying to hear it. She accused Jennifer of being judgmental, unsupportive, even jealous. Now, the roles are reversed. Evelyn is sounding the alarm about Jennifer's boyfriend. Jennifer is the one saying, "I got this." The pattern is repeating, but this time with the roles flipped. It's not just drama. It's DJVU. Christian didn't just show up randomly. He came into Jennifer's life during a time when she was rebuilding mentally, emotionally, professionally. She had been through a tough divorce. She'd healed, grown, and finally looked like she was living for herself. Business was thriving. Her confidence was back. She wasn't defined by pain anymore, she was creating a new story. And then came Christian. With him came whispers. Questions. Rumors. People started talking. Not just about who he was, but about what he really wanted. At the center of all the concern? Evelyn. But it wasn't just what Evelyn said, it was how she said it. Like her opinion should be enough to change Jennifer's mind. Like Jennifer couldn't possibly know what's best for herself. That's what hurt the most. Jennifer isn't the kind to explode. She doesn't clap back just to stir the pot. She stays calm even when things get messy. But this situation? It hit differently. Christian isn't just a fling. He's someone Jennifer sees a future with. And Evelyn treating it like a public investigation didn't feel like love, it felt like judgment. Neither of them wanted to back down. Evelyn thought she was being a good friend. Jennifer felt like Evelyn was overstepping. No one wanted to be the one to fold. And so, it turned into a silent battle. Awkward conversations in group scenes. Passive comments in confessionals. Forced smiles. Cold greetings. Everyone could feel it, something had changed. But no one was saying it out loud. To make things worse, the show leaned into the conflict. Producers rolled old footage of Jennifer warning Evelyn about Chad. Then they cut to Evelyn doing the same about Christian. It made great TV. But for the people living it? It wasn't entertainment. It was personal. There's something no one really talks about when friendships fall apart: ego. Evelyn was used to being in charge. She led the drama. She pulled people into her storylines. Jennifer followed until now. Now, Jennifer's standing on her own. She's saying no. She's setting boundaries. And that shift? It's uncomfortable for Evelyn, who's used to being center stage in Jennifer's life. So, is this really about Christian? Or is it about Evelyn feeling replaced? Because when a new person starts taking up space in your best friend's life, the same space you once held, it stings. And sometimes that sting shows up as concern, but it's really fear. Jennifer isn't changing her mind. She's drawn the line. Christian is staying. Evelyn's opinion? No longer the priority. She's protecting her peace now. And after years of playing the role of loyal sidekick, Jennifer's ready to be the main character in her own life. Evelyn, true to form, isn't softening either. She's telling everyone she's just trying to look out for her friend. But the question remains, is she helping or is she holding on? What's heartbreaking is that these two aren't trading insults or throwing drinks. There's no big, blowout fight. Just distance. Cold, heavy silence. The kind that comes after too many unspoken words and too much pride. That silence? It didn't happen overnight. It crept in. After years of emotional wear and tear. After too many times where one didn't feel heard or the other didn't feel supported. They stopped calling. Stopped checking in. Stopped explaining. Jennifer doesn't want to keep justifying her choices. Evelyn doesn't want to feel ignored. They both think they're right. And maybe, in their own ways, they are. Mutual friends say Evelyn misses Jennifer, but doesn't know how to say it. Others say Jennifer is over it, done with always being second to someone louder, flashier, more dominant. And maybe both of those things are true. But the cameras don't turn off when things get personal. If anything, they zoom in. Every silent stare, every cold shoulder, becomes content. But behind the scenes, it's pain. Real friendship doesn't end with fireworks, it ends with silence. The fans feel it too. Comment sections are full of people saying they miss the old days. The way these two lifted each other up. People want healing, not more drama. Because at the end of the day, this isn't just about a boyfriend, or even a show. It's about love, pride, and the hard truth that sometimes the people we once leaned on become strangers. Jennifer is moving forward. Christian is still by her side. She's building a life that doesn't need Evelyn's approval. Evelyn is still doing her thing, still outspoken, still fierce, but something feels missing. And maybe they both feel it, even if they won't admit it. Whether they ever reconcile or stay distant, one thing is clear: their friendship mattered. To them. To fans. It was real. And maybe that's why watching it fall apart hurts so much. Because once, they chose each other. And now, they've both chosen themselves. And now, here we are watching what was once one of the strongest friendships in reality TV slowly drift into silence. Not with yelling or dramatic exits, but with distance. With tension so quiet, it speaks louder than any fight ever could. Jennifer and Evelyn were more than co-stars. They were best friends who shared years of laughter, growth, and public struggles. They weren't perfect, but that was part of what made their bond so relatable. So real. We watched them have each other's backs, build each other up, and survive all the noise that comes with being in the spotlight. But even the strongest connections can break down when pride takes over, when communication stops, and when both sides are too hurt or too stubborn to take the first step toward healing. At the heart of this falling out isn't just a disagreement about a man. It's deeper. It's about feeling replaced. It's about outgrowing old roles. It's about two women who were once aligned, now finding themselves walking different paths. Jennifer is standing tall, reclaiming her peace, building a life that finally feels like her own. And she's doing it without asking for permission or approval. That kind of strength doesn't come from nowhere, it comes from surviving heartbreak, rebuilding self-worth, and deciding you no longer want to be anyone's second priority. Evelyn, on the other hand, may still be trying to process what it means to no longer be the closest voice in Jennifer's ear. Maybe it's not about control or jealousy. Maybe it's about loss. Because sometimes losing a friendship, especially one that felt like family, can hurt more than any breakup. It's easy to point fingers and pick sides. But the truth is, both women are hurting in their own way. And maybe, just maybe, they miss each other more than they're willing to say. Will they ever sit down and talk it out? Will we ever see them come back from this? No one knows. But what's clear is that this wasn't just reality TV drama. This was real life. Real emotions. Real friendship that hit a breaking point. For all the fans who followed them from day one, this one hurts. Not because of the gossip or the headlines, but because we believed in that bond. We saw something genuine. And watching it fade feels like watching a piece of the past disappear. But maybe that's life. Some people aren't meant to stay forever. Some connections teach us, shape us, and then end quietly, not with a bang, but with a pause that never resumes. Still, one thing's for sure, Jennifer and Evelyn made an impact. Together and apart. And even if their friendship doesn't find its way back, it will always be a part of their stories and ours. Thanks for watching. If this story touched you, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know your thoughts below. Have you ever lost a friendship that meant everything? Let's talk about it. Until next time, take care of your peace and your people.